can I see a picture of the nail that I'm going to do so I could show it on here? Okay, so this is the picture of the nail I'm going to do a demo on. I'm going to come on and do protein bond. So with this big bottle I showed you on the last one, I'll do a circular motion and I'll start at the free edge and go back with it. Okay, so I'm going to go through all of them and do one more coat, just like I would do on a person. And this one holds a lot, so you actually could get through more than the smaller bottle. I'm going to kind of scoot back a little so you can see it a little better. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, so I'm going to get a couple forms, and this time I'm going to use the blue ones, this live. I like to touch it here, here. Doesn't matter how you do it as long as you get it behind. Now on the training hand, I don't tear hair, but on a person I always do. It's much easier for me on the training hand. They kind of anchor better if I do this, but I typically always tear the back to achieve that perfect shape on a human hand. So I'll do 2 long. And do I have a gel bottle under here? I'll put my little gel bottle under here to hold her fingers up. My little trick I do with Sally. So I'm going to extend these 2 small ones too, but I'm going to do my 2 long ones first. Just extend them first, and then I'll come into these 2. So I'll use my little tile. Get my base ready. And let me grab my clear sculptor. I'm going to use the tube again. I'm going to go back a little more so you can see a little better. There you go. It's a better view. So I am going to, we're going to do coffin. Let's kind of do it a little longer. So I'm just going to pinch the very tip. And on Sally, I do kind of push it in. On a person, I never do. I bring it parallel and straight up. I can't even talk, excuse me. They tend to teeter when I do that on the training hand. So I'm going to just come in with this. And this is clear sculptor in the tube. I'm going to pivot my brush, come this way and pivot my brush, and then bring it all down. So I'm going to bring it down, kind of tapering as I go. Wipe this off. I am going to, it's connected right there as you can see. I'm going to bring it straight down and straight down. Bring it in a tad bit more. Square it off. Now I'll pin here. It's a little hot in here, so I'm going to take off my sweatshirt really quick. I was freezing earlier. Okay. Much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that off and do the next fingernail. I'm going to hold it hand over. It's easier on the training hand. Or those unruly clients that don't sit still, right? If you guys have any questions, you could drop them in the little comment section and they'll relay them to me and I can answer them. I'll get going pretty quick here. I'll kind of flow faster. Wipe this off. Square it off. That one I did a little shorter, Put a little bit of gel here. I'm going to bring it down a little more. And I'm going to do this like an extreme coffin, like really, really tight at the tip and square it off. See about right there. Let's go ahead and pan cure this. Put it on 30 seconds. There we go. Now on a person, I would put it on all 5 and they would go under the light. It's just much easier for me to do this while I train. And some people's fingernails, if they're shaped crooked or they grow up, I will hold it and use the pin cure. That pin cure is so strong. I love it so much. So happy that everybody's gonna have that. I hope they sell it separate. I think they will though. It'll be totally in demand. There's no way that they could not let us buy more of these. It'll last a while, but you know, when you use it a lot of hours, they tend to lose their intensity, just like our other lights do. So they'll have to bring them back. Okay, put 2 of these on. Boom. Okay, we're gonna do some shorties but cuties. Okay, let me go a little more wide. Let me go closer while I start building here. Is this light on high? Yep, perfect. Have you guys used your new brush too? This brush? I like it for longer nails, but it's so nice, so pretty. I like the point on my square brush. I'm like kind of obsessed with the point because I could whip it around in areas. And it's funny because I didn't use that for the like first 5 years I did gel. We still have the silver Pro Sculptor, Pro Finesse Sculptor. And one time I, for some reason, couldn't find it for some reason. And I had this and I fell in love with this little wood brush. Okay, let's go ahead and come here. Remember to pivot your brush. So if you're looking at my fingers, I'm coming like this and I pivot on the side and then I pivot on the side. When you pivot with gel only on one side of your brush, it's going to get really tight to where you really don't even have to wipe much. It like just gets it perfect where you want it, especially square. I still come in and make it a little tighter. So we added a little length for her. She's a shorty girl. Let me kind of bring it up. I have a little fuzz on here. Of course. Bring her down a little bit more. Okay, let's do the next one. That one's not going to move much, so I'm just going to go for it. There's still that fuzz. I'll switch brushes if I have to. There we go. I need to start putting more short nails on my page because I do have short nail clients. This one I did really, really short. Let me do a tad bit longer. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and pin cure this one. Double check this one. They look great. So now I'm going to pin cure. Any questions at all? This is the like a boring part, but actually it's actually very important. Okay. Let me close my clear sculptor. So now I'm going to take my base gel, my Synergy base gel, and I am going to go cuticle to free edge. Or actually middle work my way up, not cuticle to free edge. I don't ever start at my cuticle. Not for this one. Correction. I start in the middle and then I work my way back. That way I know I have enough there to connect it and I don't flood my cuticle area. These little forms are going to come off fairly quick, so I could get to designing And I'm aware I'm right-handed. My left-handed is my weaker side, so I always have to come back and make sure I swoop it in right there, because I tend to ignore it, but I have to go back. It's really weird to do short nails and long nails at the same time. Did you see me wipe it over? It's because you get used to a rhythm. And I've seen some people do sets like that. There is nothing wrong with it. I just couldn't handle wearing a short nail and a long nail. I wouldn't be able to do anything. My nails all have to be the same length. So I'm going to come in right here and blend it. Make sure there's enough. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and pin cure this, and then I'll put her under the light. Just because it's Sally, I'm going to use the pin cure. And just because I want to, it's brand new. I love it. And it's a pink LED, my favorite. Okay, I'm going to use the new light and turn her on. I don't think I have the power on yet. Let's do that 30 seconds. Let me check it out. I can't even see it. I'll check it after. I'll look at my watch and make sure. Okay, so like the first video I did, remember this brand here? I know you guys probably saw it all over Instagram. I did buy a lot of their jellies. They have jellies like in these little containers too that are clear. This is a metallic color. I'm going to be using these colors too. But I'm going to use all these see-through jellies in this design. And I'm going to give you a little example of what I'm going to do. So you know how when you mix colors, it brings out other colors in the nail? So I'm going to overlap these to create other colors. So it's Vetsy's the name, V-E-T-T-S-Y is the brand. They're all HEMA-free. So this one's called Soda, it's an orange. This is lime, it's like a green obviously. Cries is like a pink, and Cayenne, C-Y-A-N, the way they spelled it, a little different. But anyways, this is exactly the colors I'm going to use. I may not use the orange one because overlapping a couple colors make that color. So let's see. So I'm going to kind of give you a little example of it, okay? So here is the Cries. It's kind of like a pink. Well, it is a pink, kind of like a pink. It's a pretty kind of deep, bright pink. Here's the blue. Here's blue by itself. Now watch when I go over the pink what it does. See how it turns like a purple? I'm going to wipe my brush here because I never put my brush back in there when I go over a wet gel. And I do this technique a lot. So that created a purple. So you don't have to purchase the purple. They actually have a purple, but I knew that I could mix colors to make what I want. And I have purple in other brands. Here's a green. The green over the pink make an orange. And it's more of a wintry orange. And through here it kind of changes it too. It makes that just like a darker green. But let me show you the orange by itself. It's a little bit brighter. I feel like it makes it more fall with that color in there and overlapping it than using this. This makes it look a little more summery. So I'm going to overlap my colors with these three. So I'm going to use these three. All right, so let's put these to the side. I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. I made sure I had my little clear tile. It's kind of like on a little stand, so you could see the see-through.
Where did you buy the Where did you buy the Vetsy's from?
The Vetsy's I got from, just Google Vetsy gel polishes or see-through or cat eye, and it'll come up. It was actually a link through Instagram. I had like 6 of my clients send me this link of this particular nail, not the one I'm doing, but like the cat eye one where it kind of like is all in the middle and just looks really crazy when you go like this. So I looked at their stuff, read about them, and I decided to try some of their stuff. So this is some of the stuff I purchased. So Google it, it'll come up. I don't know anywhere else to get it but online. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, let me get my little tool. Now this tool is on my Instagram link tree. I use it throughout the whole nail. It's basically replacing an orange wood stick. Okay, move these out of the way. So when I'm removing the form, I like to start in the middle, put pressure and bring it down, put pressure and bring it down. Pinch right here, it's still sticking. Hold on 1 minute. There we go. Bring it up underneath and go on to the next. This training hand's very stiff. Put her. I took my black opal gel to the salon. That's what she was leaning on last one. Okay, here's my little shorty but cutie. And remember, ripping these forms off like acrylic, like taking them off really fast, it's not as strong and it will break away from the tip. Let's see. It's just a little shell to start building your structure. Okay, so let me give you an example. I'm glad this happened. So sometimes it's hard to see the clear. So when I went right here, I could tell that I'm missing a little spot there. I wouldn't even say anything to my client. I would stop. I'd just get my base out, whatever I have right next to me. And let's just use this brush. There was fuzz on that one I couldn't get off. I'm gonna come in right here. Just brush it down. Okay, now I see it's in there. Really doing nails 99.9% of the time is knowing what to do when something goes wrong. Now make sure your gel's out of the way so you don't cure it. Your pot of gel, I've done that before too. I'm sure some of you have. All I do is take off the top that's cured and carry on. Okay. So now we could take her off. There we go. She's ready. So on a shorter nail, I showed you on a longer nail. I'm getting fuzz all over these. That's no problem. Good thing that we don't work on Sally all day. This is what we train on. So these ones I use for longer nails because it covers more ground, right? So it's easier to come in here and trim up my nail. Let's come right here, square it off. I like to do mine very tight. I think it looks super sexy. You could do it more like a wider one if you would like. You could do a belly shape. So these are really, really tight. Okay. So with these, sometimes it's hard to cut, like the free edge with these. So what I do is I get my nippers. And these two are on my link tree. I love these nippers. They're my favorite nippers. They're sharp as razors. And the metal's made in Vietnam, so anything from Vietnam and Germany is really strong. And it's spelled N-G-H-I-A. I don't think you pronounce the H in Vietnamese, but I'm not sure. Don't mark my word. I know more about nails than I do that. So, but these are awesome, and they are on my link tree. You could get them from Amazon straight from the manufacturer. Comes out of Garden Grove, California. Their implements are amazing. My fave. Okay, so there we go. We're doing more of a squared off shape tonight. Let me kind of bring this in a little. I did like straight up 90 square on these. I could swivel them too though. Okay, so now let's work on the two bigger ones, or longer ones I should say. I think that I connected my hand a little closer than normal. Okay, let's open all these. I think I'm gonna get a paper towel. Just fold one up. Kind of put it right here. Just because I'm getting fuzz on everything. I usually use I use these a lot to catch the dust when I file, but I use hands down, and I used my last ones today, but I just ordered like 5 big packs, so I'll share those with you when I get them in. So I'm going to use these 3 colors right now. I am going to come right here. Let me get everything in view. I'm going to put some of the green right here. And I like to do this in case I have to use my brush to get it in tight little corners. And here's my blue. Let me get my little brush out. I have a couple brushes, I believe. I think I might just have this one. Oh, here's the other. Let me go ahead and put it right here. So they have a little bit of gel on them. Let me wipe them off. Okay, so now I'm ready to roll. I'm going to come in and just use my imagination with these. So I'm going to start with the pink right here. I'm going to kind of come in here. And I'm going to come in with the blue. And there's really no wrong or right way with this. Just use your imagination. So it's turning really purple right there. I love it. That's looking really fall. Okay, let's do the green. Now it's going to be really hard to get to your corners, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Let's come right here. Mix the blue and green together, look really cool. Okay, wipe that off. Now I'm going to get my brush and I'm going to get my green. And I think I want my green around the perimeter on this. I'll do something different on the other. I'm not going to lay it in the same spot. That kind of helps it flow. Ooh, I'm loving that color right there. So pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to take a little bit of this pink and lap it here. Some of this blue. Bring it up a little more. So just play with it to your liking. And your first one you're a little rusty on, right? But as you do more in a roll, you get a little faster on all the ones you're going to do. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little metal orange wood stick. Okay, there's a little spot that I could cut a little closer. Sometimes you don't see it because it's so clear until after you start putting product on. I always come in and trim it, and the reason being, if you've used gel before, what happens, if the nail is sticky and wide, the gel's gonna go wherever it's sticky. And it's gonna get like really wide right here, and I'm gonna have to file a lot more. So if you see that, you could do exactly what I just did. It's not going to mess up anything. It looks kind of tie-dye right there. I like this. Let me add a little bit more right there. Okay, love it. I'm gonna kind of flash set this a tad bit. It looks neon under the light. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, I think I'm gonna do pink more here and maybe right here. Make that a little more purple. Let's go to our blue again. Let's come over this one. Let's go through here. And these cure really, really well. Now I'm going to go into yellow, or green I should say. It's not yellow. And I'm going to kind of put it. Oh wow, this one looks cool. These could go either way, like summer, or I'm going to use this brush because I have a little sliver on that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fix this brush. It fell out of my case and it was sitting. I'm going to get that hair right there. There we go. It was sitting up against the wall of my carrying case. So I was a little annoyed when I saw it, but that's why I have multiple brushes. come in right here. I kind of like the green around it. It gives me like a fall vibe. So what are you guys thinking so far? Let me know. I did some beautiful nails today in salon. Really, really pretty. Well, I liked all of them, but one in particular was amazing. I'm going to have to do it for you guys. I will post it and you'll see what I'm talking about. You too will fall in love. I think you will. Okay, I see a little spot here. I want to kind of go. And then let's put a little blue, make it a little purple. So I call this freestyling. So when my clients always tell me, oh, I want a freestyle set. That means they may tell me colors and stuff they like or show me a little inspiration, but they want me to freestyle on making it how it's going to come out, me doing it, right? How many of you guys get a Pinterest picture or somebody else's picture and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, it's not going to look exactly like that because there's no two color, like it's sometimes you don't have everything that they have, even though in my head I'm like, I totally have that color. Then I get it out, I'm like, it's either a little darker or a little lighter. I think it still comes out amazing. It's called inspiration for a reason. Don't ever feel like it has to look exactly. I know some people who hand paint can get it pretty exactly. It just depends on the person and the hand. So this is a set right here, encapsulated, would be totally hot just by itself. But we're gonna do more. Okay, so let me, I'm gonna kind of make some room to wipe my brush here. So I'm gonna take a little swipe. Might leave a little bit of that there. So all I did is wipe my, okay. Oh, I'm not done. I'm gonna do the babies at the same time. I forgot I'm leaving out the babies. Let's come right here and kind of here. And you don't have to have this brand. I'm sure you guys have a ton of jellies. Just use your imagination with what you have if you don't want to purchase new. I like to show you stuff I get because all my product is Young Nails, but I do use some other art product. And all it does is just give me inspiration and want to do nails, because when you get new things, what happens? You want to go to work and create. Or if you're an enthusiast, you just want to take that set off that you had and go into something else, right? Let's do this one kind of orange. Oh yeah, that'll look cool right there. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this off. See how I'm wiping it and some of the color comes off? Don't put it back in your color if you've went over another color that's not cured. Otherwise, you're gonna have a color that you didn't think you had before. It'll probably turn to brown with all the colors. Okay, let's come in right here. I'm gonna need to take off my hat. I keep hitting my recorder. I have my cute Young Nails hat, my green one on right now. I love it. But no one's looking at me, so. You see that fuzz? That's why these are awesome for acrylic, these towels, but for gel, it's a nightmare sometimes. So my next one, I'll be using my hands down one for gel. I think I want to put a little more green through here. Is it looking okay on the camera? I feel like it is. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's come straight down right here. Let's come in with blue. Let's cross it. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay, let's use some green. Okay, I'm gonna use my brush now. This is a baby nail, so put some gel on there. Now I'm starting to warm up and I'm only on 4, but if it was a full set, I would have 6 more to do. Let's see. Let me put some of the blue here. I'm gonna drag blue through here. And I'm gonna do a little bit of pink. I think like right here. Ooh, that looks cool. And a little more blue through here. Okay, this fuzz I will win. Okay, let's come in here. I'm not really liking the tip right now. I think what I'm going to do is come in with blue with this. Very purple. That does look good there. Then I'm going to come in here. Okay, I added a little darker to it. That looked cool. Okay, love. If you play with it too much, it's going to get all marbly and all blend in with each other. But I think that looks really cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is put her under the light and put a little more green right there. Put her under the light for 30 seconds. Does anybody have any questions? No. 30 seconds. Let me close these. Okay, that's going to come off. Let me clean my little... I think I might have... Okay, let's bring her out. Okay, so you could kind of see through them. If you look underneath, you could see all that design there. That's why I like not having a nail underneath too. And when I typically put a new set on, it's because I want to see my underneath design, not necessarily because I need one, because you don't need one. When you do nails, how we teach you maintenance once you have a set and change outs. And actually I'm going to be keeping some of my nails and I will do a change out on them for a different look and show you how you e-file, how you take it down, how I would handle it from start to finish. And that's typically what you're going to do the whole time you're doing nails, because once you build your clientele, you're not going to be putting sets on unless they're switching from a solid color nail or maybe built with like, say a pink, concealer pink or concealer peach, and they're wanting a glass nail, then you're going to cut off the free edge so you could see through it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I gotta show you these new gels. Pull these out, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna add that one. I didn't have it in my other one. Okay, so these are the same brand, okay? So let me show you what these look like. I did the full set. Is it this color I did it in? No, I did it in, yeah, I did do this color. I did her whole nails and they look just like this. It's like a mirror, like, oh, it's so pretty. But I'm gonna use it as a liner. I used purple in the other set, but I think I'm gonna do a line of each. This is the purple one. I ordered 4 colors of these. I think I want them all. I just, you know, when you find something new, you kind of want a lot of things, but I'm like, no, you just need a few just in case. These I got from the nail show here in Vegas, and this brand I've never bought before. It's calmsupply.com, CLLAM supply.com. Let's see if you can see it. You can see it right there. So these are the 2 colors I have, and I got a lot of these colors. I kind of went crazy with these. So going to use some from this, and see how it has a little orange in it. You could see a little bit of orange in with, let me go right here, a little orange in there. Now this one has a little bit of yellow, and I ordered 2 of these, so this one I hadn't opened. I obviously grabbed my new one. I had them with each other. So this one has like a little bit of yellow. Very pretty. I also have this Raya color, the same color that I had, same brand that I've told you about before. This is Luminous Fairy Dust 2. I actually only ordered a few of these, and I will be getting every color of these. I love how they're micros. You know how I am about micros. As a slight purple color, but it glows pink. Okay, so it's very pretty. So let me put these so you could see them all, if you can. I'll put some up here. Put these two up here, and then I'll move them to the side as I use them. Then I have another Raya color, and these are like that little diamond look. This doesn't have a name, it comes in a collection, but this one, oh my gosh, every one I have in here. Well, let me show you from the side. See how you could kind of see how it dances? It's like that. Like right now, all the cat eye kind of magnetic colors when you do this is in. This last year was really hot, but it's still very popular too. So this is like a thin micro purple. Love. Now, one of my favorite glitter companies too, and this is from Gemini Cosmetics. They sell this. It's Elegant Glass, and this color is called Shimmer 415. And as you can see, it has a gold glow with a little bit of blue in it. This is probably a color I use so much. You can see on the side of it how it glows a gold. Okay, so these are the colors I'm going to put in her now. So I'm going to move these to the side. I'm actually going to move these little things because I'm not going to use them right now. I'm going to do my embellishments, and I'm going to put the cap on them so I'm not clumsy. And I'm putting this all in the middle of all my Synergy Young Nails. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move these a little to the side. Let me see if you could see what I'm doing. Let me zoom out for a minute. Move this over a little. There we go. I will zoom in for detail. I just wanted you to see how I set up my stuff on the side. So let's go zoom in. I love color. There's nothing better than color therapy, let's just say. Let me get a brush. Now, showing you guys all different kinds of little tools I have. This is from Wildflowers. It's called a Fuzzy Buddy. It only comes in a pink handle, but that's okay. I love it because you could pick up little stuff very easy. You could dust it. You could detail it on the corner. I have a ton of these. I usually buy 6 at a time when I wear them out. I don't remember the cost, anywhere, I think $6, but very much worth it. Okay, so these colors have a slight tack to it. So what I'm going to do is come in and first I want to show you something. As I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to give you an idea, because have you ever put colors on the nail and you're like, oh my God, I don't like what that omits. I don't like that color. So what I do is I'll take the colors I'm using, and this is how I have my clients approve it too. So I literally put all the colors down that I have. And then let me take the blue and I'm going to overlap that. So I'm going to overlap the colors like I did earlier so I could get all the colors and you know exactly what's going to come up in that color. And let me overlap the green on this side because it'll make it orange. I've always been really good with color, so I obviously picked the right job for me. I love my job, it's so fun. Okay, that makes like an orange color. Okay. So what I do is I get my colors. So I'll get all of these. Let me move this up because you can see it well. Let me put these here. And I will take my color and I'll sprinkle it on all of them to see what it's going to omit on it. And I'll lift it up and move it how I move it too, so you can see the colors. So see how you can see how that's like a gold on all of them, like a fiery gold. On the green, it's really gold. When you hit the orange and like the purple and blue, it's more of a fire orange color. Okay, so let's do this Raya color here, this purpley pink. So this omits like a pretty pink. Could you see it okay? Eric, could you see it on there okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm also going to use these. These are my orange ones. Okay, so this omits like a fiery orange on these colors, on every single one of them, except the green, it's more gold. But on the darker color, like the purples and the blue, it's more of like an orange. Okay, let's do the yellow. And this one omits a lighter color, more gold than the orange. Okay, now let's do this beautiful color right here. And this is gonna color everything, but you're just gonna see how it's gonna complement it. So they may not see the design, like really what you're doing yet. They kind of see what you have on your nails, but this gives them an idea. I'm like, do you like these colors? I love them. Sometimes they say, I can't stand yellow. I'm like, you're gonna like it, watch. So you could see kind of the yellow orange glow. So that's what I'm going to put in the nail right now. Okay, I hope that helped in the future for you to pick the colors that you're wanting to use and know really what omits what on them. I also have a black tile, a white tile, always. So that way, if you're not sure what your white colors are going to omit, then you could put them on there and see exactly, because sometimes your whiter colors in the bottle, like something like this, if you really couldn't see what it was glowing, you would definitely see the yellow once you put it on black. Okay, like the yellow fire color. Okay, let's move this over. I'll put that right there while I do this. Let me see how tack this is. Yes, it's very tack. So I like that color on all of them. So I'm going to use these little colors. Let me zoom out a little. So I'm putting my colors right there. So I'll tell you what colors I'm using. I have the light purple, I have the gold, and then I have the full coverage purple, kind of like the diamond series. So I'm going to get close so you can watch me do it. So I have this brush. I have this brush. And I think that's all the brushes I brought. That's really all I need for this look. So I'm going to come in with this brush here. And I'm going to do this purple in a couple spots. Okay. Then I'm going to do my gold in a few. I think I don't want to overpower it. I'm switching to this, okay? So my gold, I kind of want to just drag it a little. I don't want to overpower it. I wanted it kind of thick in some spots. Okay, that's looking cute. Let's use the same colors here. I'm in my gold right here. I think I want my gold kind of to come down a little here. So you kind of could draw with it a little. Let's do the purple and carry on here. And you could never use too much glitter, honestly. Go for the gold if you want. This is just, I don't want to put it on all of it because I want the depth and the see-through to show. So let's put a little bit there. I'm going to take a little bit of this off here because I want to see through that. Okay, can you see when I go really close, the gold and the purple? I haven't used the other color yet. I'll touch up with this color last because it'll take over the other colors. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here. Let's do a little of the gold right here. I feel like gold looks really good on the green. Looks good on all of it, actually. How many of you are in bed right now watching this? It is, what time is it here right now? Almost 7. Not bad. But if I could be in bed watching nail videos, I'd be very happy too. But I'm happy to be here to show you what my little creativity. Oh, I love that spot right there. Okay, so now I am going to, I thought I brought my micro detailer. I did. Okay, perfect. Okay, my micro detailer, I'm not going to use this color yet. I'm going to use it my next time around. So I'm going to press this in. Let me take this little tab. I'm one that doesn't like to wear gloves if I don't have to, so I use my tab a lot. Okay, I'm gonna go under for 30 seconds so this sticks on well. And while she's under, I'm going to don't know what number I pushed. I think I did 30. I accidentally touched it. No worries. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of these two for right now. I'm gonna put them to the side and I am going to shut them. Sometimes I take out so many colors. I may take out like 10 and I use 7. It all depends on what I am attracted to at the time. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's check these out. Let's look at them from the side. Okay, step number 2. I am going to come in with, I'm going to get my Synergy base, Young Nail Synergy base. Let's see. What is my mixer? I use this metallic on this color last. Let me dip it in my base and make sure I get the color out all the way. Okay, I did a good job. Okay, so I'm going to get my base and I am going to base over all of these. I'm going to base where my glitter is first, or vice versa. I'm just not going to drag it over the whole thing because it'll cover all of my nail with a little glitter. Even though it baked on, there'll be little particles that I don't want on the other parts of my nail. Okay, I'm going to take my other brush now, just because that one has glitter on it. Let me make sure I fuse this in. Okay, now I'm going to come wherever there isn't any glitter. Put that little sticky layer. Okay, and I'm not even going to put her in. I'm going to pan cure her. Make sure I move this because I've been wiping wet gel on it. You could see how it lights up on here. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I am so excited. My brain always thinks in color and depth when it comes to art. And I try to keep it classy, if bright colors could be classy. Kind of tasteful, and a little, these ones I don't know if they would be timeless because they're very, very bright, but I just kind of like it to match fashion out or something that I would enjoy, that I would be very happy looking at. Hey, Eric. There you go. That looks pretty good. Okay. So that has a tack layer right there. So what I'm going to do now is, in the original nail, all I used was the purple one, but I kind of want to add a little bit of this gold with it. And you could do that. You could put some gold and purple, some gold, some just purple. Like, your whole set will flow if you have all the similar colors in it. I'm still going to use this. I have it to the side. I think before I do that, I want to use these. Okay, so I'm going to use, let me scoot back a little so you could see all this right here? I'm going to use those. So now I'm going to put my base down again. The reason why I cured my base, if I'm moving these, and sometimes I do when I put them down, I don't want to move my glitter all over the place. So I'm going to put a wet cold coat of base, plus every base coat I put on here, Synergy base, is making it stronger because I used a gel polish in the middle. So if that makes sense, like my last video I explained what layers you would do. So if you have a non-tack polish, you would do one coat, one full minute cure, base cure, then your next coat would be the same, repeat process, and then base again. If you have a tack layer, you could get away with 2 layers of gel polish on the nail, then put it and cure it, then a base, cure it, then carry on from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to come deep in here. So I have some little pieces and some big pieces, and I'm going to be very careful. So do you see how I have it just on this side? I don't want to flip it over because they'll fall off. I'm able to control where I place these. Now this is the little fuzzy buddy I was talking about. Okay, so let's put a little there, there. Let's put a little there. Ooh, I'm liking this already. You know when you have something good to eat and you start dancing in your chair? That's how I feel right now. So fun. And this is the one that has a little bit of orange in it. Okay. So I am going to go into my yellow and I'm going to add just a tad. Oh yeah, that looks cool. There. And you'll see all the variations of different colors once I have it encapsulated. Sometimes it's hard now. Your client right now is mesmerized, like, oh my gosh, I have never seen this before. What is she doing? Or if they have seen it, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like at the end. Okay, I am going to dip this in a little bit of gel. So I could pick up little pieces if I want and place them where I want them. If I want to add a little more bling in a spot. So see the two different colors there? It's like brighter orange and then a yellow. That's why I use different colors, because it really brings out different dimensions when you use different colors. They look similar. The only difference that these two look like is the little color underneath, the orange and the yellow. So let's do this one. That one's a little more orange. I need more orange on this one. Okay, I think I love this already. Okay, so let's move these. Now I'm going to look at it sideways. And in this case, I want to make sure they're a little flat because I'm going to draw on top of them a little. Okay, I'm going to move this and I'm going to pin cure. Again, let's enjoy the pretty lighting on it. I don't know about you, but it makes me happy when I see this, and I feel like my clients do too. They're like, that is so pretty. Okay, put this back. Okay. So everybody let me know, are you liking this so far? Should I keep going with more and more? You could stop here. Your client may have a budget of this. This is gorgeous. This really is. It's enough. But if you want to keep going and doing more, let me know if you would keep going and doing more without overpowering it. So this, I don't have to worry about it because it was in wet gel. It wasn't a glitter press. When it's a glitter press, I had to go around the glitter first, or put the glitter first and then around it. Once you have a wet, not cured base coat and it's just on there and not cured yet, and you cure it after you put it on, it's gonna stick and you could go over the whole thing. There's so many rules in nails, there's so many steps, but once you do it a few times or you watch this video a couple times, it'll be in your head and you'll never forget it. Sometimes I'll take notes. I look at my notes 2 or 3 times and I never look at them again because it becomes a habit after that. Okay. So now I'm going to pin cure this again because now I'm going to draw on it. I could have drawn underneath it and put some bling over like the little lines and stuff and little squiggly I'm going to put in there. Use your imagination on it. Okay. So now let me get my purple. Move this over. I kind of like my nails on here too because they hold and don't touch on anything. And let's open. So what is the name of that purple? Chrome Painting Gel Purple by Vetsy. UV LED gels. Oh my gosh, her set came out so pretty. I'm gonna post her set tonight when I get off here, so check it out. I'm definitely gonna put her set on. I used the cool new bag from Young Nails too for the background, and it looks so good. Okay, so let me use like a little striper kind of. I'm going to use both of these, a micro detailer, and from my little pink pack, I'm going to use this one. So let me do the purple first. And I have a ring for this, but I'm going to use my thumb. It's just fast. And I'm going to come in here. Okay, if I put a little too much there, I'm going to come in and wipe it. Okay, that looks really cool. I'm going to come in from this direction. There's a fuzz. You cannot be in there. You're not allowed. And I'm going to bring it this way. Okay, see the little line there? Use micro detailer for gold. This one's not fully gold. What's the name of this one? Let me see. This is champagne. This is the champagne color. I have a gold as well. Champagne's pretty. You can see my thumb, how cool it looks. So here, I think I'm going to do like a little inclusion here. Okay, since I have this out, let's come in with it here. Oh yeah, I love the micro detailer because it's a very fine line. I'm in love. You know what, I kind of really like it, the thin line. It's so pretty. I'm kind of obsessed. Okay, don't copy your lines in all the spots. Do them different everywhere. Okay, let's do purple on this side. Let's come in. Let me use the thicker one for
Where did you get that clear stand tile?
You know what it is? I got it from like, it's basically to put a plant on or something, or it's a coaster for, I usually set a little plant on it, or you could use it for a coaster for your drink. So look at coasters and stuff like that. Just type in on Instagram, clear glass coasters, and you'll have it. I got this one from Home Goods a long time ago, so. Or actually, no, I think this one was my grandma's. And my grandma lives with me now, and I'm like, I like this. But I do have a flat clear one at work. Can we put a little bit more purple here? Okay, what do you guys think? Is that enough? Let me go a little bit more here. Always when I'm like, is that enough? Just a little bit more. Okay, so I am going to flash cure this. Okay, now I'm going to shut these real quick, and I am going to wipe this off my thumb. There we go. Talk about trust in the process. Okay, now I'm going to take this color. Now this is a totally different reflection. So this looks like it's glowing up, and this is going to look deeper. Okay, I'll put it right here so you can see me work. And I'm going to use my micro detailer for this, and I'm going to go over my line here with it. Oh, I love this. Leave some of my gold lines there. I'm going to go over the purple with this. I'll go over a little purple on this and a little here. I kind of don't like that. There we go. Before I wipe it off. I do that all the time. Okay, let me check this out. Okay, I think I'm done. I just need to encapsulate this sucker. So let me close this. And let me run my light through it so it hooks on, and tap it in real quick. Okay. Let this bake onto it. And now I'm going to encapsulate them all and file them and finish them. They seem to take a lot longer when I teach than when I'm actually behind my chair, but that's typical, typical. Let's see this one. So how I know what cap it goes on, I could see the color. That's more orange and that one is more gold, meaning how it glows. Let me show you how I clean my brush. Let me show you on my little, like I'll wipe it till it's clean. It actually was pretty clean. So I wipe it with gel, I wipe it off and then store it. I never clean my brush off all the way. I leave a little bit of gel in it and my brushes last me a really long time. Put my base away. I'm going to keep my little paper towel here because I am going to wipe this on it if I need to wipe it if I'm cleaning my sides. Let's go into Build Pink. Build Pink in the tube or in the pot, whatever is your preference. So I'm going to do this close up. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze it. Now you could see that little diamond glitter. Oh, it's so pretty. So I take it from the side and bring it all to one side. Then I come over here and repeat it. You've seen this done many ways, but this is my fastest way I have found that works for me. Okay, so see how I pivot my brush, then I pivot my brush on this side. Let me make sure it's a little wider. There we go. Wipe my sides. And I've done videos where I use orange wood sticks for this. You totally can. So what I'm going to do now is flash set this. Just because I'm on the training habit, I would have my client go under the light. So I'm going to go 3 times around the perimeter and don't leave it in one spot or you'll light your client up. It'll get very hot. So I'm going to encapsulate them all, then I'm going to come see what spots I missed. I don't worry about it right now. I stay in the same rhythm of what I'm doing with the entire set, and then I come back and do the next maneuver after I finish this. Oh, these are pretty. These, I mean, to me, it has a winter vibe to it, but say, you know how many people like pink? I have a client that wants pink no matter what time of the year it is, so this actually is going to be perfect for her. But it has a little bit of the depth that you would wear for fall. It's not your common fall nail or a holiday nail, but it sure is a party. Let's come right here. I'm going to bring it out a tad bit. Perimeter. My fancy snazzy night light. Thank you, Young Nails, for my light. Okie dokie. I'm going to do this side because it's kind of closer to the other. There we go. I usually do my left side first, everything, but it was more on one side, so I went on this side. I could move it over more. Oh, this is a cutie little shorty. Very cute. Okay, I could see I'm missing a spot. See how I use the side of my brush? The side. So if you ever bend your brushes, like you store them and you get them and they're bent when you get them out, all my brushes are a little bent right now because I put them in a different case. Dang it, but it's okay. I'll clean them off good and I'll wash them with hair shampoo because they're real hair, they're Kolinsky. So I'll wash it with hair shampoo and dry it on its own and it's back to normal. Just like when you curl your hair and you wash it, it goes back to straight. Not mine. I straighten mine and I wash it and it goes curly because I have curly hair, which I don't mind, but I wear it blown out a lot lately. And on the training hand, I typically do one at a time. Sometimes on people, I do one at a time too. It all depends on how my gel is moving. Where are all you guys from on here? You're from the US, another country. Drop it down and let me know. Crystal Glitterbug, your hair's curly too, girl? Oh my gosh, mine too. I have ringlets. Ringlets. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at it sideways and see where I'm missing or where I need to add. So right here, I need to add here, right? But my main goal is to get it everywhere I need it to be, right? My first round. I always have to add right here, maybe a little there. My little babies, I get pretty good when they're short. I typically don't have to go back, but I have to check myself because it's so blingy, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna show you a little trick I do with this. I'm kind of having to squeeze it too much, so let me zoom out. I'll hold it like this and move it up little by little, little by little, little by little. So see how I'm kind of etching it until it starts to come out, then I bring it down a bit. Okay, perfect. So now I'll come here and I'll come here, add those two, put my cap on real quick. I have plenty of time. So I'll come in here and fill this. I'll come in right here and fill it. See how I brought it up? You could also bring it backwards. I think I'm gonna flash this and add it in another spot. It's jamming on me right now. It got hot in here all of a sudden. I finally turned on the heater. I should have left it off. I like to pile myself in underneath a bunch of blankets. It's the best. Okay, I might need to put I don't there because I'm gonna file it in, but let's just do it just in case. This I don't have to file much, so I'm good. Okay, she's going under for 1 full minute. Let me clean up and get ready to e-file. I think that was 30 seconds, so I'm gonna do 2 rounds of it. Let's get rid of this dirty one. I'll put it like this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna fold it this way and let all the dust go on it here. But I have my dust collector too. Okay, so this is what we're left with. Let's go ahead and put a rubber band there. Cute. I'm going to swipe. Take a drink of my water. Now, I probably wouldn't do all 10 with these. I would do like, kind of like a few and then a solid color one, probably with a glitter press over the whole thing, or just see-through, I think would be pretty hot. Some people like all the tan. It's the holidays. It's up to what they want to pay for, up to what they want to wear. Okay, so I typically never file my sides first. I'll do one of them. I always go into my X-cut. So basically what you do if you're going to file first is anchor always with your finger, your thumb with when you're filing on your right side, if you're right-handed, and the opposite here. So doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing if you're doing this. All it does is get you ready to know pretty much where you have to file. Now on the training hand, honestly, I think it might be a really good idea to file first sometimes because you can't really pull back her skin like you could on ours. She's kind of tight. So typically when you see me do it, like you've seen me work on Tracy or Kara, I always go straight into the e-file. It's just easier and faster for me, but we'll just go ahead and do this now since it's the training hand. And then I'll pull my dust extractor out right now. I just love this little dust extractor. I'm gonna put it this way so I could have the control here. So I'll turn it on 10. And can you guys hear it? It's actually so quiet. I'm gonna move this back so you can see me file better. I'm gonna move my chair up a little. It's loud? Okay, I'll turn it down then. Let's see. How does...
Don't touch your earbuds.
Okay. They were gonna fall out. Okay, I'm sorry if it's louder, but we have to have a dust extractor, okay? I hope you're cool with it. I'll talk a little louder. Okay, so I'm gonna use my X-cut. You could use your safety bit or whatever bit you like best, but I would use a carbide. I'm gonna put it on 12,000 RPMs. I'm working with gel, so 12 is fast enough. Let's see. For streaming, read that, babe. Ramon said that the new Lapel mics are... Okay. So here I go. I'm going to go a little closer for you. Okay, so I'm going to come right here. And Sally sounds like she's hollow because she is. I'm just grateful that my clients don't sound like this when I file because it gives me goosebumps when I file on Sally, just the sounds it makes. Now, I'm not putting any pressure. All I'm doing is just making contact and letting the file do all the work for me. There we go. I'm going to bring it in a little tighter. Okay, so I'm going to do a hand over and I am going to do the eye formation. I'm in zone 1 right now. Going into zone 2, I'm going to go back to 1 to make it a little tighter. Make sure Sally's going to stay in. Then I like to go 3 to 2. If you guys have any questions or anything, drop them in there. Or any, I see you guys are doing comments, but I really can't read it because I'm working. I looked up for a sec when I was adjusting my earbud, and I saw the little comment of that. Now remember, sometimes your embellishments will file out. Not a big deal. I'm going to come up right here. See how let me do it sideways so you can see. I come up like this and tack it so you have a really tight tip. Is it blurry? Can you see the tip? Okay. And let's go on this one. And I'm going to bring them in more, but not till I look at them the other way. So see the difference of the width of that one and this one? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make contact No pressure, just contact. This is turning really fast and it's going to do the work for me. So I just touch it on it and bring it in. Let's square this off, and I use zone 2 to do that. I'm going to bring it up so I can see my thickness. And I like my tips of my nails very tight, very thin. That way I can pick up change. It gives the illusion of a very sexy thin nail, and they don't look really thick. A lot of people leave their nails really thick because they think that that is for strength, but it's really not. Your strength is in your structure of your form and your C curve, and where, right here where your apex meets. Sorry for the screeching. When I'm watching videos and I hear this, I typically turn it down. So right here, I'm going to go straight up and down because it's really thick here. I'm looking down the barrel of the nail. Okay. So see how much wider it is? So now I'm going to come in right here and I'm going to ride it a minute. Just hold it and move it up and down. See how it's coming in? So your view is exactly what I'm looking at right now. So I'm going to do it till it matches her sister right here. I want them to look related for sure. And when you have a lot going on in the nails, sometimes it's hard to envision it, but take your time and you'll get there, little by little.
When do you know it's time for a new bit?
When you know it's time for a new bit is when you feel the need to put pressure on the same speed you're supposed to use it on. If you feel the need to put pressure, it's time to change your bit. If you put pressure with a dull bit, you're going to be burning them, and they will feel it. Another thing is if it's not burning them and you feel like you're on that nail forever and you're putting that pressure, that your typical pressure you would put, I would change it thin, because it's, a lot of people, I got this comment when I would teach a lot. They would say, I can't afford to buy a new bit all the time. I don't think you could afford not to, especially if you're behind the chair, because what happens is you're behind the chair and you're taking longer or you start burning them. That's not a good experience for them. Plus your income, you're going to feel it in your, you're going to run late. You're going to feel it in your income. You're like, oh my gosh, I did her nails last time in an hour. Now it took me an hour 15. Typically it's your bit. So when you feel the need to put pressure with the techniques we're showing you, and see how I sometimes go back to my neighbor. Now I'm going to check myself right here. Let me dust this off really quick, just because with the dust extractor, this dust extractor, it, I don't know, is this on green? Do you see my manicure brush? Okay, I didn't put it where it belongs, that's why. I just want you to see what I'm looking at. I'm going to turn her this way so you guys can kind of see it a little better. See the side I favor? Okay, so I'm going to fix it now. You could either come in with your file, but I would wait till the end for that if I was going to do my file. I'm going to come in with my bit here. No pressure, but parallel on the nail. There, sorry about that, and bringing it in. So see how it's coming to life right now? Sally's nail's going to fall out. Hold on. There. Much better. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for turning the nail over like this, but I do it all the time, and it's so easy. Client profile. Okay, see how that's looking really tight now? Bring it in a tad bit more here. It's kind of low here. That looks way better. Now let's make this match. You have to remember, when you turn it back over, don't go to town filing again, because you're getting them pretty much close to where they need to be. And here. Ooh, I think these nails came out really cool. I feel like once you do the design, the second time you do it even a little better. When you post them on your page, your clients are wanting it over and over. They may look like the same, but they're not. You place it different on all the nails. Oh, I love the way this looks. Let me bring it in a tad bit more. Okie dokie. Okay, now let's do the babies. Okay. Let me dust this off so you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't have my fan on high because it's not loud to me, but it is loud when you watch videos. Same thing, I'm gonna bring it in. So when I do short nails, I always do them a little longer than they want. And the reason being, like when I first apply it, because it's easier for me to get them the same length if I make it a tad bit longer, and I could come in and shorten them as much as they would like. It's easier for me to get all the dimension in there too, and to get them the same length. So that's how I do short nails, getting all the same length in. Okay, let's go ahead and do eye formation. Come right here and turn them all this way. So right here, what you're looking at, what I'm looking at, I have a little baby 2x4. Now let's thin it out from zone 3 up to 2. Okay. Let's bring it in a little more. And on Sally, sometimes I go underhand a lot more than I do on a person. Oh, I filed that out a little bit. Hey, I'm kind of glad I did. Just the color. There's still a little product there. I'm not worried about it. I will put it right back. I worked all day today, and then I came home to share my inspiration that I did the other day to make up some nails for my clients to pick from. Oh my gosh, the depth in those are so cool. Love. Okay, these look straight to me, but I guarantee you they're not. So I'm going to check myself. Okay, let me check this one out. That looks good. I'm going to do hand over. My left hand helping my right hand out, always. I'm going to go ahead and come up under because it's a little thick there. And I always make my nails thicker when I do encapsulation, just so that way if I file down into the mylar or whatever I put in there, the embellishments, it doesn't really chunk out, it slices out. And if it chunks out, it was too high anyway. So it's not a big deal. Just trust the process. I see a lot of you guys rocking it out now. I've taught it long enough. And all of us learn from each other and inspire each other. I love it so much. And I'm really happy to bring this to you, free education. It only costs your time, which your time is very valuable. And I like to see what you create after. When you create this look, if you decide to, even with different colors, tag me. I want to see what you've done. I'm coming right here. I just want to make sure I'm not filing too much or not enough. So I'll get my file and do this while I have my e-file in my hand. I do this all the time. Doot, 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 doot. I'm pretty coordinated when it comes to nails. Okay, go a little shorter. Say they want really, they pin key all day or data entry. Not my type of job, but somebody's got to do it, and whoever does it, I'm sure they love it. Let me dust my hand off. I am going to switch to my arbor band. Let's dust off Sally. Or I could call her Pamela Henderson. I remember somebody, I was like, I should have another name for her. I was literally teaching at OWC, and they're like, name her Pamela Henderson. And some of you might be too young to know who Pamela Henderson is, but kind of funny. Okay, so let's come right here, and I'm just going to fine tune this. And under. This just gets it really tight. And short nails, I'm always going to file out a lot more than even a long, it seems like. It's because there's that fine line. Now I'm going to turn them sideways. I think this one's a lot thicker. It is. I'm going to take it down a tad bit. Bring it down a tad bit. one of them I could make scoobable. Let me make this one scoobable. I'm going to kind of round it a little, just a tad bit, and bring it in. So anytime I do a squoval, I do them square first, and then I start making it into a squoval. Okie dokie. So this is getting me ready for a hand file. I could just go straight into a hand file, but I like to, let me come up a little more so you can see. I like this to just fine tune it and make it all come in very nice. Client profile. So I literally do this on my clients, you guys. It's just less hand filing for me. Alrighty. I'm gonna hand file without this. Okay, let's put this to the side. Let me dust this little hand off. Go into swipe. So I could see where I have to repair anything. Not really repair, but add product. Just kind of seeing what I need to do. I don't usually swipe my clients' nails, but on Sally I do at this point, so I could really see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna leave it out so you could see my movement, okay? So I kind of look and make sure my sides are clear and straight. I go backwards with it and watch my tip come in really tight. There's my sidewalls pretty tight. And the amount of the time of this tutorial, I could have pretty much almost all her nails done. I just go really slow when I teach. It's just because I want to be very detailed. And you could see every maneuver I'm doing. And while I'm filing, I'm checking them to my neighbor and making sure my height is the same on both of them. Okay, right here, I think I need to bring in a tad bit more. And you got to be careful filing this way because I looked at them from the other side and they were pretty straight. So just make sure don't go to town too much on your tip because you could always tighten it. Client profile. Okay, we're almost done for the best part. Finishing up, and it's like unwrapping that gift. So when I do scoval, I come up underneath and up, and kind of round it soft. So popular. This is popular right now. It's a 90 shape, very square. This is a softer version of a square. This one's maybe more conservative. This is more edgy. It's just completely your personality that week, right? Okay, client profile. Let's check these babies out. Okay, I'm gonna do my little squares first. Okay, Sally, stay in the finger. Do you see how I'm putting my thumb right here? I do that on my client too, because their fingernails will never be sore when I work on them, because I'm constantly bracing. So I'm bracing on this side, bringing it in, and bracing on that side if I need to come in. You don't need to tell your clients that you're filing like this to perfect their shape. They're just going to come to you. They don't know what you do. You just get their nails on point every time. Okay, and that little piece missing, it's not going to mess up. I promise you. I'm going to add. It's not going to break. You always get it very tight and thin here. I see a lot of people do nails where it kind of comes up and out. They think that's for strength too, but really it's not. Your strength is all your structure and in your C curve. Oh, this shape is sexy. I love it. Let me get a little closer. I feel like everybody does their coffins a little different. I like it higher on the spine and really tight on the free edge. It might be because I like more tight, pointier nails. I don't know. But sometimes you see how the color could play tricks on your eyes. So a lot of times you just have to like look past it and try to just look at your shape. Okay, I have done these even a tad bit tighter, but I'm going to show you how I get that really tightness in. Let me come in a little more. I'm going to make it a little tighter here. Okay. That looks really good. Let me come in a tad bit here. You know I charge more for coffin than any shape because it's the most tedious. I go for it, go for it, go for it till I like how it looks. And now I'm happy with it right now. It takes way longer than any shape I do on my clients, way longer. I'm gonna dust over here. I kind of have a little wet rag. I'm gonna, my little duster thing. I don't use that on a client. It's my lap towel. Swipe them. Get rid of all this dust, all of it. Okay. I think I'm going to put a paper towel right here because I've been getting a lot of fuzz and I don't feel like fussing with it right now. So let me move her back. So now I'm going to protein bond the whole entire nail. Does anybody have any questions at this point? Now you know why I charge what I charge for dimensions. It's a lot of work. I'm actually pretty fast at it in salon. There's days, like if I freestyle, I have to schedule more time, but if it's something I've done before and I'm just gonna add, I know I could knock it out fast because I play with a lot of color when I freestyle. When I'm making something up, wait, before I do this, I missed one step. Let me just wipe this off real quick, my protein bond. I want to do this step. It doesn't make sense on Sally because she's plastic, but I never skip this step on my client. I use these two bits, and I include this with my price. Some people charge extra for cuticle work. I don't. That's my work walking out the door, so I want it to look flawless. I'm going to put it on 5 to 6,000 RPMs, and I'm going to come in and make sure, keeping it parallel on the nail. It looks like I'm straight up and down, but look how it's flat on it. Flat on the product. See how some came out? A lot of times you can't see it, but you could feel it when you go over it. That one was really clean. So I do this on everybody. I love this bit, probably one of my favorite bits. Then I'm gonna do this, which really doesn't make any sense. It is basically same speed, but you're gonna go on buff out with no pressure on top of the cuticle and just kind of buff it out, okay? So you're gonna kind of go over, buff out all their cuticles. That way they have nothing that's gonna split, especially in the cold weather. So I go over it with those two. Now let's see our C curves. Okay, I can make them a little tighter. I'm gonna show you. They're pretty tight, but I'm pretty psycho too about it. It's funny how you could see inside Sally. I'm gonna use, where did I put that bit? It's my under. This one's under the nail bit.
I just did a poll and 91% of the people,
And I'm going to come in right here, okay?
they
And I'm going
feel
to
that
go
they're
at
not
an
as
angle
good.
like this. And now check out that Wicked C curve. Can you see it? So sexy.
A lot of people here feel that they're not proficient in the coffin shape.
Coffin shape is, I think, is the hardest shape to do. I mean, honestly, like if you look at it this way, let's see this view from the sides and stuff, like it really is a really hard shape to perfect. I feel like when people get coffin, they're flatter underneath, they don't have that C curve, and they're a little wider. That's pretty too, as long as they're all consistent. I just like more of a dramatic shape with it, unless they want it a little more like ballerina would come out a little softer here and then come in, not quite this tight. But those of you who have watched me teach for a long time, when you see me do, or if this is your first time, this shape takes me a lot longer than any shape I do. Okay, so now let's bring out my little tile. I'm going to get my manicure top. That's my favorite. Put any top coat with the sticky residue at this point. I'm not finished. I just like when I add in these spots that are missing. I personally like it on a slick, tacky surface, so I could get it really precise with my top coat. So I always come in, put my top coat on. Now, stuff I'm teaching you, you used to have to take a Zoom class from me or sometimes film for young dolls. I'm bringing it to you. So please like and subscribe. Don't forget, share with others, please. It'll let me come on and help me come on a lot more sooner. If not, I'll be in the salon and come in a little less, but still share. But if you want to see me at least 3 times a week, like, subscribe, and please share with other nail techs or other people. Doesn't matter. It fires me up. Okay, these are really cool. Okay, so I am going to put this under. It's on 30 seconds. I'm going to shut this, and while it's under, I am putting my colors on here that I used in her nail. Beep, beep. It's like a microwave, kind of. Okay, put this to the side. Let me get my little detailer. Oh, I'll get this one because it holds a little more color. And I want to put there, maybe I'll put blue right here because I kind of want it a little more bold. Let me make sure on every corner it's perfect. Or not perfect, but close to the eye perfect. Okay, let me wipe this. Let me do a little pink here on this side. Right here, let me do a little blue, a little green. So all I'm doing is fine tuning everything. Take my little, oh geez, you see that fuzz? Not today. I want to say Satan, but that's what I think. That's what I think little fuzzes are. Not today. Not ever. Okay, let's come right here. Okay, on this one, I think I'm going to bring my pink up a little. Oh yeah, that looks good. And on this one, let me get blue here. I think I want to put pink there for some reason. I think it'll look really cool. Like kind of brighten it up a little. And a little bit of blue so it'll turn purple. There we go. Let's mix my blue and purple together. My blue and pink so it makes a purple. So pretty. So you could do that on your tile too. Mix your colors and use them like that. You don't necessarily have to overlap them if you don't want to. There's so many ways. And I don't do it the same all the time. I get bored and then I switch it up. Okay. So I am going to pin cure this. Nope, I'm not going to pin carrot. I'm going to have her go under, and I'm going to have her, because it is a gel polish, cure it for 30 seconds. Does anybody have any questions for me so far? What are you thinking? Let me know. Okay.
What would you charge for the long set versus the short set?
What I would charge for the long set versus the short set, my short sets start at like just square, no custom shape. It does start at $100, and that's with nude. My sets don't come with color. The set is with nude. If they want gel polish, it's extra. If they want encapsulation, it's extra. So this would be 100. Medium length would be 125. Long length would be 150, and anything longer than this would be 200, and then I would charge on top of it. When you first start, that could be pricey. You don't have the confidence really yet, and maybe the clientele, so you tell them, you know, these go for this. Eventually one day I'll have to raise my prices, because in order for me to keep bringing this to you and to do all this work, it may cost more, but the cool thing is we could rebalance it and keep your look for the season, and you could keep wearing it. Remember how I showed you to do that on my second live that I did? Check that out, because I kept the same look and just kept it going. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, if you feel like you want to glitter press somewhere, great, but I don't. I feel like I have plenty of glitter. What do you guys think? Like in a spot or something? I'm going to go into either a stain resistant, a non-tack coat. If it's a hairdresser, I'm definitely going to go in stain resistant, because I don't want this to turn brown. You could also, manicure top is a beautiful color as well. Stain resistant is my favorite, but I'm going to use ultimate finish right now, because I'm going to use a non-tack. My last one, I used a different stain barrier one from Cocoist. I like that one as well, but my ultimate favorite is stain resistant by Young Nails. It's very thin. I know I could depend on it. I know it's not going to fade. And what I love when it's a clear brush and you could see this, it's so satisfying. Let me zoom in a little more. So do you think these are a little wintry, even with the pink? It has enough depth in it. You could even wear these in the summer, but I think because of the darker purple and the green and stuff, it makes it feel a little wintry. A little wintry. Okay, I'm gonna put this under the light. Let me see what I have it on. I am going to put it on
Abstract Christmas lights.
Abstract Christmas lights, yay! And you too could put rhinestones on top of this too. Just kidding. So cool. I hope you enjoyed this. It was super fun, but I'm gonna pull them out, and then I'm going to show you them from different directions. Let me clean my station up. When I teach, I have an explosion. It's because you're getting into everything, but if you ever see me work, I am always cleaning up after myself. I never, ever leave a big pile of stuff there. Before every client, my next client, my station looks like I hadn't even worked in it yet. And that's a big compliment I get from people is, it doesn't even look like you've been working all day. You've been here since 7 or whatever time I got there. I'm like, yes, I feel like they need to come in. Everything needs to be fresh. It doesn't take long to clean up after yourself.
What colors are you wearing on your nails?
On my nails, okay. These colors, my live, I didn't have this on. I was funny. I mean, I was gonna change this one. I started to buff it off, and somebody walked in for a nail repair that wasn't my client, so we got a new client out of it. But these colors are on my live last week. They're the same. Is it the same brand as this? No, they're a different brand. I can't remember the name of the brand. Just go look at that video and see which one it is. But all the colors are that, and then the little color in here, the reflection, is all flakes. But I break it all down in my video. The reason why I can't remember the name of it, it's new stuff, and I remember everything Young Nails because that's what I use all the time, and certain things I use a lot. But those I can't remember the brand. Can you, Eric? For the life of me, I can't. But I will.
It wasn't a.
They're in a black bottle.
Brand.
They just have to go look at the video. I have it this broken down, and I actually like the color I had on it before too. like with these, I just kept my dimensions. So now that I used it on tack, I would always come in with an oil. I think it was ice something. I feel so bad, you guys. After working all day, I've literally worked since 8 a.m. My brain, like, I could do nails tired, but to remember other stuff, I'm like, I kind of don't know. So sorry. Okay, but at least you have a video to look at. So look at the depth and the color in these, even in the shorties. I wish these were on somebody, not Sally, because she does not appreciate it. But see how tight they are here too? I got them a very, very tight on the free edge. I hope this helps you with your next shape for coffin. Scovel's really soft, see how it's softened? And then this is very 90s, like square, boom, very tight, or very like sharp, actually. Thank you guys so, so, so much. You're going to sleep and dream in color tonight after this. I'm 100% sure of it. I know I'm going to. You're beautiful. Thank you for spending your personal time watching me tonight. And those of you who are watching it later, thank you for spending your time learning from me and picking my brain and watching my creativity come to life. It means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so, so much. If you have any questions, I can look at them right now. I'm finally able to look at the phone. If not, we will end it. Or if you simply want to make a comment. Hi, Miss Cheryl's Place. Thanks for, I know it's so late where you're at, girls. It's 11, almost 12 there. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Eric and I really appreciate you. Love you guys with all our hearts. See you on the next live, and it will be this week, so I'll post it on my story. Thank you. Love you. Peace out. I don't know if I turned it off, baby.